I'm Sonia Goins, and I'm in Maple Grove. The CCX News team is out every day in the northwest suburbs to bring you news from your community. Here's a look at today's top stories. And remember, you can find more information on our website, ccxmedia.org.
We tried to make the start of the school year be as big as a celebration as we can.
On the first day of school in 2019, staff members from Minnesota Excellence in Learning Academy in Maple Grove literally rolled out the red carpet to welcome students back to the classroom.
Last year we had rolled out a red carpet, had this playlist with balloons, high-fiving, cheering on kids as they're walking into school.
But that was last year. With the COVID-19 pandemic still looming, classes kicked off this year with considerably less fanfare.
Our start of the school year really spent a lot of time trying to work with and inform families what school looks like this year and the safety precautions that we're taking so everyone can be safe and healthy.
Danielle Fields is the executive director of this charter school, which serves students in preschool through grade 6. She says of the 220 children enrolled here, roughly half chose to go with the distance learning model. The remaining students are in a hybrid model, which has them in the building 2 days a week, depending on which group they're assigned to.
So when students come in the morning, our buses come in the front entry, and we have a person from each grade level, social distancing apart, ready to meet with students and ask them how are they feeling for the day, your typical COVID question.
Students and staff members also get temperature checks, and everyone is required to wear a mask. Access to the building is also limited, which means that even news reporters can't enter. It's a format that will continue for the foreseeable future.
We really are following the guidance from the Minnesota Department of Education and the Minnesota Department of Health. That means I'm looking at county and case numbers every single week.
Whether the guidelines change remains to be seen, but for the time being, staff members will do their best to provide a quality education through distance learning and limited in-person instruction.
I absolutely think that quality education can still exist in a distance learning or a hybrid learning model. Does it require us to rethink things? Does it require us to work really hard and adapt? Absolutely, but it certainly is possible.
And maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to roll out the red carpet again when the school year wraps up.
Wouldn't that be great? We would love that.
In Maple Grove, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Students across the metro could find themselves sitting for long periods of time during distance learning, and that can be a concern. I spoke to an occupational therapist who says parents should pay attention to their students' posture.
Being sure that a child is sitting with 90-degree angles are kind of the big thing to think about to keep it simple.
Beth Fredrickson, an occupational therapist with M Health Fairview, says kids should have feet flat on the floor while knees, ankles, hips, and elbows are bent at a 90-degree angle.
But a shoulder starts to go up a little bit too high. That can be problematic as well. Also want your wrists to be nice and straight. You're going to be spending some time doing some typing and keyboarding as well. We don't want to hike them up like this too much.
That means table height is important. Fredrickson suggests different kinds of seating, including stools, exercise balls, and standing. As for tablets and laptops,
anytime that we're down here holding something, right, my shoulders are hunched forward, my neck's down, like I don't have great posture here at all.
She says make the tablet work with their body by setting it at eye level. This will help prevent neck strain.
Maybe we want to duct tape some books together and make a footstool so your kids' feet aren't dangling.
Fredrickson says the same method to prevent pain can also help kids pay attention.
A lot of the children that I see in therapy, it's been more of an issue of I can't get them to sit down and stay and pay attention and not wander off. And that's where taking the breaks and getting up and moving around helps, but that also helps decrease pain.
M Health Fairview is offering video visits to see kids' workspace environment and give suggestions. We'll have more information on our website, ccxmedia.org. Pafua Yang, CCX News.
These last 6 months have been real busy. Just the way the pandemic shut down a lot of businesses, it was just as difficult to try to start one. My son Mitchell was working as a fiber optic splicer, and he reached the point where he needed a career change. The one thing that Thought that maybe I could teach them was owning a business or starting a business. And then we decided that, maybe we should do a brewery. A brewery in Champlin started to make a lot of sense. And then we were steered to the Ruby Tuesday location by the city of Champlin. The city was great to work with. They wanted a brewery in Champlin. They provided us with some special privileges, the ability to have live music, the ability to have food trucks, to get an on-sale, off-sale, Sunday sales type licensing. We acquired the building on March 30th and started the remodeling process, which was quite a challenge, but we opened up early June and haven't looked back since. We have a 5-barrel system, brew kettle, mash tun, hot liquor tank. And I know a lot of breweries have a lot bigger equipment, but one of our concepts is to be able to do small batches, do a lot of different types of beers, do some experimenting.
The beer is perfect. They have different selections, and actually every one of them are really good.
This place is great. Every beer I've tried is really good.
When we put in the garage doors, the idea was to try to get some outdoor seating. And obviously with the pandemic and COVID, that's really the preferred avenue. Everybody wants to be outside. This was an area that needed something. The ability to bring people and community together at a location has been really positively reviewed by the city, and by the local people who have been in here from the community to visit us. We've got about 4 or 5 beers that we started off with, and they've already become kind of our flagship beers, so we can kind of grow from here as we start to come out of the pandemic. Even though it's a lot of work, I still feel like a kid again.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.